How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. The Bengals today approved by the NFL to begin marketing, join the global international program in Canada, which essentially means, teams get their own entitled 75-mile radius of where they currently are, where they can market, they can brand, they can advertise, whatever regarding their team. But this now proves them to do the same thing in parts or entirely in Canada, depending on the type of paperwork and type of approval they are seeking to have from the NFL in said country. Pretty big for the Bengals. All 32 teams now will be part of this global international program. All of them coming across, applying for different countries, getting into different areas. Some of them more than others. Kansas City, LA, got their footprint in a lot of countries. And it is obviously difficult to tell if that's a team thing or an NFL team, or an NFL thing, I should say, because if I'm the NFL, and that's what's difficult about being a smaller market. It's saying, oh, well, it's Los Angeles. Of course, we want to brand them everywhere. Or it's the Chiefs. They're good. Of course, we want to brand them everywhere. But on the flip side, you do see a lot of, Lions footprints as well on this particular graphic. And you do have to be willing to apply. I think a lot of people say, is it the NFL or is it the teams? You think of the Bengals, it's like, it is an expense. You do kind of have to, you're going to invest money into it. It's going to be a return on investment for those countries. You right off the bat, might be a little bit more difficult. Down the road, though, the more and more fans you build up, the more and more fans you get in said country, said area, it's obviously going to generate revenue for you down the road. And I think that's why for the Bengals, I like Canada. Of course, you can go internationally, you can go, or not internationally, but across the sea. Well, international, you can go across the sea and it works out. But I think I just can't see how the NFL finding, and maybe they do one day. Maybe one day. And what's crazy is how they are so focused on Germany, how focused they are on London, but they don't have a team in Canada. But I do think that it's difficult with such a 5-6 hour time difference for them to figure that out. Maybe they do. Maybe they do get a team that, maybe they get two teams. Maybe they create a division. That would probably be the answer, right? You have a division that plays over there. That way, 6 of their games a year is right at home. They ain't traveling so far. Other teams, same story. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. But I do think it's a lot easier for them to do things in Canada, right across the border. Even the Bengals, not a far drive, right? It's just as far to get to Canada as it is Atlanta if you're a fan. So it's not that far. And if you're the Bengals as fans, it's like easy to travel, but also Canada, big sports market. Canada loves their hockey. They are, even Blue Jays. You watch the Blue Jays at Toronto, they're some good sports fans. So to be that close in that kind of proximity, the Bengals trying to tap into that market. Good for the team. Overall, anytime you get the chance for your team to grow its fan base, to grow its revenue share, bring in more money, of course, we know owners love it. But the owners got to be able to pull that money, and the more they pull in, the more they can end up spending on players, spend on the guarantees, and overall just grow the value of a franchise. So I like it. I like it a lot. I like it just, again, the pure fact that I do think, let's have a game in Toronto. Very easy. Let's have a game in Ottawa. Very easy. Or any NFL team. One day will they tap into that? Will the CFL let that happen where they have an extra team up there? I don't know. For the time being, it is good. It is good to see the Bengals are playing there, trying to get into other markets to grow the team, grow the brand. We'll see what happens. Will the Bengals eventually get on the road, start getting into Germany, get into Spain, get into these other countries? We'll see. Right now, though, Canada, good first option. Love the y'all's thoughts. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.